Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Southwestern University's Taylor Sanders Field. Game 2, Day 2 of the 2018 SCAC Softball Championship. It is Elimination Day. We have already seen one team eliminated in emphatic fashion, I might add. What a game we saw earlier. A walk-off grand slam from Centenary. The ladies, they were down, but able to come from behind to eliminate the University of Dallas Crusaders.
Yeah, we started with 6 teams today. We're on the road to 2 teams. Centenary staves off elimination, 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th, including the walk-off home run. I should say grand slam by Wendy Gillette. They move on to the 5:30 game. They're going to face the winner of our game today, the Schreiner University Mountaineers and the Trinity University Tigers. An interesting contest here. Both teams dropped their game yesterday. They're going to look to bounce back here this afternoon.
We turn our sights to this one. The 5-seed Tigers, the 2-seed Mountaineers, both with backs against the wall. An elimination game for both. Trinity, as the visitors, will come to bat first. Up to face the sophomore right-hander, Hannah Ortiz. Number 21 starts in the circle for the Mountaineers, 5'2" bowling product.
And the Tigers, they got shut out yesterday. They're going to want to try to jump on Ortiz early, see if they can string some hits together and get going. But Ortiz, a tough one, 12-5 on the season, a 2.62 ERA.
Right fielder, Devin Potter, first-team all-conference selection, leads things off. She'll be followed by the second baseman, Haley Wilson, and the designated player, Carly Jones.
Ortiz, a tough outing yesterday. She got hit up a little bit by the Pirates, ended up taking the loss in that contest. Potter, as you mentioned, a first-team All-SCAC selection, 367 average, 5 doubles, a triple, and 7 RBIs on the season to go with 19 runs scored.
As we mentioned, the Mountaineers, the 2-seed, they were 13-7 in conference play. The Tigers, the 5-seed, they were 8-12 in the SCAC.
As we mentioned, Schreiner lost yesterday to Southwestern, 12-2.
Popped up to center field. Hernandez in to make the catch for the first out. And that brings the second baseman, Haley Wilson, up to bat.
And then we haven't seen the Tigers here in a while. They started things on day 1 yesterday against Centenary, falling 4-0, and that's how these two teams have gotten to this point.
Wilson, the junior from Chandler, Arizona, out of Seton Catholic.
317 hitter, 4 doubles, a triple, a home run, 17 RBIs, 16 runs scored on the season.
First pitch high for ball 1. Take a look at how Schreiner starts things defensively. Hannah Ortiz, sophomore right-hander in the circle. Rachel Brown catching in the infield from third to first. Gabby Acuna on the hot corner. Kaylee Ashley at short. Alyssa Mackey at second. Sam Cordone at first. Pop to right field. Vasquez there to make the catch. 2 up, 2 down. The outfield for the Mountaineers. Bailey Arellano in left. Alyssa Hernandez in center. And you just saw Ashton Vasquez in right.
Yeah, but good start here for Ortiz. Already a little bit of a better outing than what she saw yesterday. Gets 2 quick outs, and she's looking to make it a quick inning.
Brings the designated player, Carly Jones, the freshman from Houston Memorial High School, former Mustang, up to bat for the first time this weekend.
Yeah, she takes strike 1. Jones, a 250 hitter, a double and 10 RBIs to go with 8 runs scored. Trinity 277 as a team on the plate. That is last in the SCAC this season. They have struggled a little bit offensively. Been a little bit better in the circle, but offense has not come through for a lot of the season.
1-1 to Jones. Digs back in. Jones fouls it off. Umpires for today's contest. Daryl Woody behind the plate. Roger Trinidad is at third. And then over at first, Debbie Behrens.
Same kind of 6-man crew we've seen all weekend long.
Up and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jones.
As we said, the winner of this game gets Centenary later on. It'll be another elimination game. We have our winner's bracket game at 3 o'clock because that one's fouled off. That's going to feature the 3-seed Southwestern, who's already won 2 games in this tournament, taking on the 1-seed, as well as the number 2 team in the nation, Texas Lutheran, in what should be an outstanding contest here in Georgetown.
Jones back in, 2 away, 2-2 pitch. Jones over to third, picked up by Acuna. Able to make the throw to Cordone for the final out. So the Tigers go in order to start it off. Bottom of the first, Mountaineers coming to bat for the first time. They will face Adrian Edwards, a sophomore right-hander from Plano. Starts in the circle for Trinity.
Edwards comes in a 4.97 ERA, getting her 18th start of the season, 5-11 on the season, 21 appearances, 74 and 2/3 innings pitched, 35 strikeouts to 46 walks.
Leading off for the Mountaineers, their right fielder, Ashton Vasquez. She'll be followed by the second baseman, Alyssa Mackey, and the third baseman, Gabby Acuna.
As they'll start off with Vasquez. Vasquez steps to the plate. 283 hitter, 4 doubles, 2 triples, and 14 RBI.
Freshman out of Klein Collins High School in the greater Houston area. Takes first pitch for ball 1. And even the count, 1-1 defensively. Crumrine as the catcher. Jones at third. Becca Barrett at short. Haley Wilson at second. Emily Reed at first. In the outfield, Sarah McCarty in the left. Marissa Trevino in center. Devin Potter in right. Count moves to 2-1 to Vasquez.
Let's see what Edwards can do today. Again, yesterday Holbrook had a pretty solid outing for the most part. But Centenary was able to get some runs across on her and pull away. Let's see what Edwards is able to do in the circle this afternoon. Note she falls behind 3-1 now.
Schreiner, led by fourth-year head coach Amy Meyer, Cody LaCroix, her assistant. They have been the story this year in the SCAC. What the Mountaineers have been able to do is Vasquez draws the leadoff walk.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see. A little bit of control issues, nothing really close to the zone there. And you get 4 balls and 5 pitches, and just like that, Schreiner's in business.
Second baseman, Alyssa Mackey, 6-foot junior from Houston Clearbrook High School, comes up to bat, fouls off the first pitch.
Yeah, Vasquez was on the move. Not sure if they were going for a hit and run in that situation or what. Vasquez got a pretty good jump and was heading towards second.
Brandy Dolson, head coach of the Tigers. Megan Hill, her assistant. Anticipating a great matchup between these two.
Yeah, these are 2 teams that met in San Antonio earlier in the year, and it was a series. Schreiner won in San Antonio. Never an easy place to play. 6-4, 3-1, 6-0 to the Mountaineers. Trinity took one 5-4 to salvage the series. But just goes to show you how good this Schreiner team has been.
2-1, Mackey off the hands. Jones there at third to claim it.
Yeah, one away in the inning. Nice job by Edwards. Just kind of jammed her there. Wasn't able to do much with that pitch and just popped it right up.
Goldthwaite rather at third base. That brings up Gabby Acuna.
Acuna into the box, a 333 average, 9 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs on the season, and 20 RBI.
Cunha over to second, picked up by Wilson. Wilson able to get the throw over to ref covering from short. What a play from Haley Wilson.
My goodness, what a play indeed. Wilson with the diving stop, throws it from her stomach to second to get the force out. She was the one who had the play yesterday. A diving play was going over the first baseman's head. That probably prevented a run in the Centenary game. Just excellent play by the second baseman.
She can cover a ton of ground, and that time was able to come up with it. Made the throw line down. Now the first baseman, Samantha Cordone, the senior from Edinburgh.
Yeah, Cordone, a 349 average, 5 doubles on the season. Will go with 13 RBI. A lot of maroon on the field today, Kit.
Just a bit. And this one is popped up. Edwards there to make the catch. 2 in the inning.
You're listening to Game Time. This is the best music. Here at Southwestern, we back our Pirates.
So, if it goes around and it comes around, that's a cul-de-sac, right? 2 fists go around and then it come around.
To the second we go. Scoreless between Trinity and Schreiner. An elimination game for the Tigers and the Mountaineers. Tigers went down in order to start it off. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 coming to bat. Catcher Stephanie Crumrine leading things off. You mentioned the maroon. There's one thing about the Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference. It is a lot of black and gold, a lot of maroon and white. One team that is neither, the Crusaders of the University of Dallas, who are navy and white, eliminated.
And they're not even here. It's all black and gold, and navy and white are – I don't even have it right. What am I even talking about? Maroon and white throughout.
Crumrine, a big cut for strike one.
Yeah, nice rise ball there. Crumrine, a 286 average, 6 doubles on the season. 4 home runs, which leads the way to go with 22 RBI.
Junior from Bernie out of Champion High School. Crumrine over the head of the shortstop, Ashley. And Crumrine comes up with a leadoff single. First hit of the ball game for the Tigers.
Yeah, Crumrine drives that into left center. Thought about hitting for second. They decided to hold her up as the outfield covers the ground pretty quickly. First hit of the game for the Tigers.
Brings up the first baseman, Emily Reed, the junior from Flower Mound.
Reed, a 247 hitter, 4 doubles, and 6 RBI.
And we're going to see a pinch runner for Crumrine. It's going to be number 22, Gina Monaco, freshman from right there in the Alamo City out of MacArthur High School.
Sounds like a fan favorite in the dugout. Seem to be very excited to see Gina.
So Monaco at first, the pinch runner. Crumrine led it off with a single. Reed up to bat. Trevino waiting on deck.
A lot of energy from that Trinity dugout here early on. Again, as most teams who are in this position, they know what's at stake, And nobody wants their season to end today.
Reed pops the bunt up. Unable to beat out the throw from Ortiz, who came out of the circle. But a sacrifice bunt moves Monaco on to second.
Yeah, look, Reed got a little bit fortunate there. You could see her bat dip, which usually leads to a pop-up, but it didn't dip quite enough where it went up and was able to get down before any Mountaineer was able to get to it. A little bit fortunate, but she gets the job done regardless.
Trevino, center fielder, at the plate and takes the first pitch in for strike one. Does Marissa Trevino, the junior from Katy out of Seven Lakes High School.
A 284 hitter, 4 doubles, 2 home runs, 12 RBI. The Tigers got a runner in scoring position.
Low, Brown couldn't locate it, on to third, and sliding safely in is Monaco, head first underneath the tag of Acuna.
And she gets into third. She was a little hesitant, which gave the Mountaineers a shot to nail her at third base, but she's able to beat it out. And out of the dugout comes Amy Meyer. Don't think she agreed. It was close. A bang-bang play, to say the least. A good throw from Brown behind the plate.
You mentioned just that little second of doubt from Monaco, and that made it a bang-bang play. But third base umpire, Roger Trinidad, says that she was able to slide underneath the tag.
And it shows that she kind of slid a little bit to the outside part of the bag, which makes it a little bit of a tougher tag for Acuna, and just couldn't quite get it put on her in time. It's just good base running there.
A 1 aboard, 1 away, 1-1 the count to Trevino. Watches it catch the outside corner for strike two.
We have already seen so much action here in the SCAC softball championships. You know, especially on the offensive end. There's been a lot of good offense thus far.
Another low pitch, Brown able to smother it.
You know, it seems like a time in softball not that long ago, pitching was really the dominant force, and it still is in a sense if you look at, you know, a team like Texas Lutheran. But, you know, offense has really come a long way, it feels like, in the sport where there are so many very, very good hitters, and that's just been on display all weekend.
The offense has caught up to the defense, so to speak, in large part. It's made it very exciting. Payoff pitch, Trevino underneath it, pops it to left center. The center fielder, Hernandez there, but plenty of time for Monaco to tag up and comes in for the opening run, and the Tigers take a 1-0 lead.
That's Trevino doing a job there, and there's a lot of just little parts. Monaco advancing to third on a wild pitch, and then Trevino knowing the situation, getting one up in the air and getting it deep enough where Monaco can score, and the Tigers have the early 1-0 lead.
And the base is cleared, 2 away. Left fielder Sarah McCarty at the plate. McCarty, the senior from Elgin, fouls off the first pitch.
McCarty, a 309 average with a triple and 6 RBI on the season as the bases are now cleared with 2 down. And so far with Ortiz, just kind of missing some spots here early on. 22 pitches, only 13 have been over for strike. Make that 23 and 13 over for strike. So just a little, she's not missing by much by any stretch, just a little bit outside the zone thus far.
McCarty awaiting the 1-1. Fouls it back.
Count now at 1-2. So Trinity finally on the board in this championship after getting shut out yesterday. That's got to feel good for the bats. That's got to give you a little bit of confidence at the plate.
Outside, 2-2 to McCarty. The Tigers shut out in their championship opening game. Now here in an elimination game, the winner will move on. The loser, well, their season will come to an end today in Georgetown. Popped up, actually backtracking from short, makes the catch to end the inning, but the Tigers take the lead. 1 run on 1 hit. Bottom of the second we go.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com.
Bottom of the second, 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Mountaineers. Their catcher Rachel Brown leading things off. Schreiner trailing at Trinity 1-0.
And Brown's going to step to the plate, looking to get it started at 295 hitter, 9 doubles, 4 home runs on the season to go with 20 RBI.
Freshman from Willis awaiting the initial offering from Edwards. Bounced by Crumrine. Ball 1.
Edwards, an interesting first inning. She had 14 pitches, only threw 5 for strikes. So she's going to look to see if she can just get a little more efficient from the circle.
Fouled back. Brown now down in the count 0-2. Excuse me, 1-1 rather. My apologies. Getting ahead of myself.
Oh, it happens.
I'm still trying to bring my heart rate down from the first game as this is chopped over to third, picked up by Goldway. Makes the throw to Reed 5-3 for the first out. If you're just joining us, what a game that was. Our first game this morning, the elimination between Dallas and Centenary. Centenary down to their final strike, with the ladies with a walk-off grand slam to eliminate the Crusaders.
Absolutely, just exciting stuff. Wendy Gillette stepped to the plate in a 3-2 ball game, bases loaded, just drove one dead center and ended the game to send this crowd into jubilation.
Over to third, another play made by Goldwaith as Ashley goes down for the second out. Brings up the designated player, Courtney Bigley. Bigley, the freshman from Orange Grove.
Yeah, Bigley, a 226 hitter. 2 doubles, a home run, and 9 RBI on the season.
Bigley to left field. This is going to drop in front of McCarty for a base hit, a 2-out single for Bigley.
And Bigley just turned on that pitch on the inside and was able to just, got her hands out and was able to drive it into left. First hit of the game for Schreiner.
Brings up the left fielder, Bailey Arellano. Arellano, the sophomore from Corpus out of Toloso Midway. Got a piece of it, held on to by Crumrine for strike 1. Now 1-1 to Arellano.
Arellano this season, 253 average, 6 doubles, a triple, and 8 ribbies on the season.
Arellano to left. McCarty read it well and there to make the catch. 2 in the inning. Still 1-0. The Tigers on top as we head to the third. The third we go. Trinity with a 1-0 lead over Schreiner. 8-9-1 coming up for the Tigers. Shortstop Becca Barrett leads things off.
Yeah, Barrett gonna step into the box here for the Tigers. A .275 hitter, 13 doubles, which leads the team. 3 triples, 2 home runs, and a team-leading 24 RBI. Moved her down a little bit in the lineup here today. Maybe get her back going a little bit.
Senior from Pearland. Riley Goldthwait will follow, then back to the top of the order with Devin Potter.
And we see the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs are here and start warming up.
Popped up. Center fielder comes in. Hernandez calling off Mackey and Ashley to make the catch.
Yeah, we get our Hernandez out here calling everyone off. Good communication by her to get the easy out.
Bottom of the order, Riley Goldthwait comes to bat. The junior from Sugar Land out of Fort Bend Clemens High School.
And Goldthwait, a 190 hitter, 1 double, 2 RBI on the season.
Takes first pitch for strike 1 from Ortiz. Nice pitch, tailing outside for strike 2.
Yeah, Ortiz really starting to work that outside corner here. Starting to kind of find her rhythm a little bit, starting to get going here for the Mountaineers.
0-2, chopped back through, picked up by Ashley, but unable to get the throw to first in time. Goldthwait with a 1-out single.
And Goldthwait didn't do much with that, just sent it right back up the middle and used her speed from there. Just not much the Mountaineers could do with that one.
Not trying to do too much. Able to get aboard. Now we'll see if Trinity can bring her in for an insurance run. Back to the top of the order with Potter.
And Potter 0 for 1 flew out her first at bat. She takes strike 1.
Junior from Arlington Martin High School. First team all-conference selection. Throw to first. Not in time. The count goes 1-1.
Things going on in Georgetown. Just across from us, we got a women's lacrosse game going on, about to hit halftime.
Fouled back. It is a busy day here at Southwestern University. Busy time of the year.
Yeah, busy time for everybody. Baseball's kind of winding down, just in general. SCAC baseball's winding down their season. They're trying to figure out who the number 4 seed is.
1-2, Potter, slow roller. Back to Ashley. Ashley makes the easy toss over to Mackey, 6'4", to take down the leadoff runner.
Actually pretty patient with that, and that was actually a closer play, maybe than anticipated at second. But they just get Goldthwait sliding in, and now 2 away in the inning.
Wilson, the junior from Arizona, now comes to bat. Flied out to right. Her only at bat thus far.
Oh, but defensively, what she has done so far this weekend. Another diving play to get a force out at second. He has been unbelievable at second base so far.
Made the diving grab, the toss from her stomach. She really has. She's been outstanding defensively. And to even the count at 1-1.
As we said, the winner of this game takes on the Centenary Ladies in another elimination game at 5 p.m. And the winner of that game is going to play another game tonight at 8 p.m. Somebody, whether it's Trinity, Schreiner, or Centenary, is going to have themselves a very, very busy day.
Right about that.
I mean, you just see the advantage that you get if you're Southwestern or Texas Lutheran. Even if you fall in that game coming up at 3 p.m., you get the advantage of playing one game that night to try to get back into the SCAC championship game.
Runner takes off the throw in time. Mackey got her. Great throw from Brown behind the plate. Able to throw out Goldway, trying to steal second to end the inning.
Hey friends, Rob Pipp here, Director of Operations with SHN Sports. Need a friendly reminder of upcoming broadcasts? We have a simple solution. Join the SHN VIP list today. Stay up to date with upcoming broadcasts, events, and other exclusive content. Visit shnsports.com/VIP. That's shnsports.com/VIP.
Bottom of the third, 9-1-2 coming up for the Mountaineers of Schreiner. Center fielder Alyssa Hernandez, the lone Mountaineer yet to bat, will lead things off.
And she's going to try to get things started against Edwards. Edwards has been a little bit around the zone, but she's getting the out she needs so far, and has kept Schreiner off the board.
Hernandez, the freshman from Deer Park.
Yeah, nice season for her. 344 average, 9 doubles, 2 triples, a home run, and 14 RBI.
Hernandez fouls off the initial offering.
Edwards getting ahead here in the count.
Beautiful day here in Central Texas. A very warm welcome wherever you may be joining us from, especially those of you joining us from the Alamo City and Kerrville, respectively. Just about 73 degrees, a nice breeze, and all in all, considering it is the end of April, could not ask for better weather.
Hey, look to your right. A lot of folks made the drive over to Georgetown from Kerrville, it seems. There is a good supporting cast over there for the Schreiner Mountaineers. Even brought the tent.
Hernandez takes the 2-1 down the left field line, just foul. Yeah, there's been great attendance, fantastic fan support for every team here.
Yeah, there really has been. We've gotten a good weekend, and I mean, we've also been blessed, obviously, to have a great weather all weekend. We had great weather yesterday.
2-2 down the left field line. Pass Goldthwait at the hot corner. And Hernandez, in her first at bat, comes up with a leadoff single.
Well, she just straightened it out. The last pitch she drove down the line, just straightened it out, and got this one down the left field line. That's a good job also by McCarty getting over and keeping that to only a single.
Back to the top of the order, right fielder Ashton Vasquez.
This guy's walked her first at bat. She's back to the plate looking to get something rolling.
Vasquez bunts it up, a collision between the first baseman Reed coming in and Crumrine. They kind of tripped over each other, and Vasquez is safe at first.
Yeah, it'll end up being a single for her. One, it was a great bunt. Just put it down perfectly. We were talking about how much great communication we saw in the last inning from Schreiner. That was not great communication there by Trinity. You got to be able to talk it out and not have those type of collisions. I think that's why Brandy Dolson's taking a walk out. Probably not happy with what she saw there.
Schreiner trailing 1-0, but they have 2 aboard and no outs here in the bottom of the third. It'll be the second baseman, Alyssa Mackey, coming up to bat.
Already 3 hits in the inning or 3 hits in the game for Schreiner. Nothing to show for thus far, but that could change with one of their best hitters coming to the plate in Mackey.
Mackey popped out to third, her first time up. Fouls back the initial offering.
We mentioned, as this is the SCAC softball championships, we also got the SCAC track and field championships wrapping up today down in Seguin. Champion will be crowned there today. As Mackey takes ball one. Earlier in the week, we had the SCAC golf championships, where Southwestern won the men's and women's title. And before that, you had the tennis championships, where Trinity took home both titles.
Baseball around the corner. Catches the corner, now 1-2. And Pirates taking home the men's and women's golf titles. First time ever in program history. They won both in the same season.
A fun couple of days down in the Woodlands. That one misses for a ball. You got some, as we get a meeting in the circle, you had quite a few playoff holes. The men saw the medalist round go to a playoff. The women saw both the medalist round and the team round go to a playoff. It made for a longer day, but the drama was all there.
That's all you ask for when it comes down to those final matches, final round of the season, as it may be. 2-2 to Mackey. Mackey to left field, and what a play by McCarty. McCarty was coming in, had to backtrack, but is able to snag it.
Now, McCarty just stayed with that ball. Mackey really put a charge into it. It looked like for a second it was going to get over McCarty's head, but she sees it pretty well off the bat and is able to make a play and get the first out, and more importantly, keep those runners stranded at first and second.
Brings up the number 3 hitter, third baseman Gabby Acuna.
Acuna hit into a fielder's choice her first at bat. That was the incredible diving effort by Wilson over at second.
Sophomore from San Antonio out of Brennan High School. Acuna lays the bunt down. Out of the circle comes Edwards, but a well-executed sacrifice bunt moves the runners on to second and third.
Didn't expect a sac bunt there from the number 3 hitter with one down, but she puts down a good one. And now 2 runners in scoring position here for Cordone.
Cleanup hitter at the plate. Senior first baseman. Off the hands. Barrett comes over from short to make the catch. And the Mountaineers leave 2 stranded, still trail 1-0 through 3. To the 4th we go. Still just 1 run separating the Tigers and the Mountaineers. Trinity able to plate the lone run back in the 2nd. Now looking to add to it here in the 4th. 2, 3, and 4 batters coming up for the number 5 seed Tigers. Second baseman Haley Wilson will lead it off.
Yeah, Wilson finished the last inning at the plate, but had Potter caught stealing at second, so she gets a fresh new at bat here to start the 4th. Trinity was still with that 1-0 lead so far.
Wilson, Jones, Crumrine coming to bat. Initial offering from Ortiz. High for ball 1. Hannah Ortiz, the sophomore right-hander out of Bowling.
We can't talk enough about how great she's been defensively this weekend. And she continues to show out today.
Now 2-0.
And both pitchers just kind of holding their own. Been a little slightly inconsistent, but it hasn't affected really either that much. Trinity able to get a run across. You saw last inning, Schreiner threatened. But Schreiner has already left 4 runners on base.
And that's the key stat I was going to mention. The Mountaineers have had opportunities, but leaving 4 runners stranded simply not going to cut it. A game as close as this one is shaping up to be. Trinity, 1 run on 2 hits. No runs on 3 hits for the Mountaineers. Two one outside, now 3-1 the count to Wilson.
Good little battle here by Wilson. Now has a count she can work with. Trinity getting towards some of their bigger bats in the lineup with Wilson at 2 and then 3 and 4.
Wilson to left field, and that's going to drop in front of Arellano, unable to get to it. And Wilson comes up with the leadoff single.
That's a good piece of 3-1 hitting. That's what you want to see when you have a 2-0, 3-1 count. You want to get a pitch that you want and a pitch that you can drive into the outfield. That's exactly what Wilson did. Drove that into left field. And the Tigers have their 3rd hit of the day.
The 3-hole hitter, designated player Carly Jones, coming to bat for the Tigers. Gets a few quick words of instruction from her head coach Dolson before stepping in to face Ortiz.
Yeah, so far, she is 0 for 1 today with a ground out. Again, if you're just joining us, this is our 2nd elimination game today. Our first one, Centenary, the walk-off grand slam to win it over Dallas.
Bunts it back, unable to put the bunt down. 0-1 to Jones.
And then Jones has just got to, again, and it's a little more difficult in softball, again, when you have rise balls coming at you. Bunting can be a little difficult with something like that, but you've got to get the ball, you got to get the barrel of the bat on top of the ball to get it down. She was not near it in that case.
Tries and able to lay this one down. Acuna comes in from 3rd. Makes the throw over to Cordone for the first out, but a well-executed sacrifice bunt moves Wilson to 2nd.
I was going to say for Jones, it's a great adjustment. You know, the last pitch probably realized that she wasn't getting the barrel on top and, you know, fouled it back, made the adjustment, able to get the bunt down, put it perfectly down that 3rd base line, and move that runner into scoring position. Well done by Jones.
Now the catcher, Crumrine, at the plate.
Well, Crumrine got it started back in the 2nd. She singled, and she actually had a pinch runner in Monica who came around to score on the sac fly, but she was the one who started it back in the 2nd.
Quick 2-0 count to Crumrine.
This is what I want to keep seeing from Trinity. You saw it Wilson a moment ago. Anytime you get a 2-1, 3-1 count, that is in your favor. Now, if they're going to throw something over the plate that you can drive, you got to take advantage of that.
Pops this one straight up. Ortiz doesn't even have to leave the circle to make the catch.
And then that's the opposite end of the spectrum. That can be the frustrating part. You have a 2-0 count. You don't need to chase out of the zone. It's a good real rise ball there from Ortiz. I think had Crumrine a little fooled there. She just pops it straight up.
First baseman Emily Reed digs in. 2 outs. Runner at 2nd.
Now, Reed today, a sac bunt her first at bat, and she takes ball 1.
The Tigers looking to add to this 1-0 lead. Every hit, every run at a premium here in the championship. We've already seen it earlier today.
Absolutely, we saw that earlier in the Centenary game. Anything you can get, you got to take advantage of it.
Reed over to Acuna. Fields and fires to Cordone. 5-3 ends the inning.
official station of Southwestern University Athletics. You're listening to Game Time. Welcome out to the Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference Softball Championship Tournament. Should be an outstanding event. We want to congratulate all of our qualifying team for making this tournament. Of course, the tournament champion.
Bottom of the fourth, Mountaineers 5, 6, and 7 coming to bat. Their catcher Rachel Brown will lead it off. Shortstop Kaylee Ashley to follow, and designated player Courtney Bigley.
And Brown 0 for 1 today, ground out to third, her first at bat. And Mountaineers trying to get something started. We're already midway through this game. Edwards hanging strong. Really, the one thing she's doing is keeping her pitch count down right now, only at 37 pitches as she starts with the ball.
Just the lone run for the Tigers. Foul the back off one of the poles behind home plate.
As we've said a few times, we have started today with 6. We've gone down to 5 already. We'll go down to 4 for this game, but by the end of the day, 2 will remain. We will know what our SCAC championship game will look like on Sunday.
A day of elimination. 4 teams will wrap up their season here in Georgetown, and that is foul the back, out of play. The count moves to 2-2. This one kind of shaping up as a war of attrition, so to speak. Maybe the last one standing. 2-2, up and away, and Brown has worked the count full.
We've mentioned it before, but it's worth mentioning again. You know, Southwestern, Texas Lutheran play next, a spot in that SCAC championship game on the line, but even the loser of that game is in a much better position than the teams of Trinity, Schreiner, whoever comes out on top here, and then Centenary, who will need to win 3 games today just to get into Sunday's championship game. Impossible? No, it's happened before, but definitely a tough feat.
Payoff pitch, low and in. Brown able to coax the leadoff walk out of Edwards.
Strong at bat there by Brown. Fouled a few pitches off. Really battled well. Good patience at the plate, and that's what Schreiner needs.
Brings up their number 6 hitter, shortstop Kaylee Ashley.
Up to bat number 3, Kaylee Ashley.
The question is going to be,
balls. Yeah, they need balls. Bring some to the Trinity dugout, please.
can anyone dethrone the Bulldogs of Texas Lutheran, looking for their 5th consecutive SCAC tournament championship?
Well, that's going to be the question. You know, they have been they have been the juggernaut here in the SCAC, and now they think they've built a team that can compete nationally and compete in Oklahoma City, which we will see if they can. I think we both are in agreement. Whether Texas Lutheran wins this tournament or not, we are going to be seeing them in regionals next weekend. But, you know, the Bulldogs, they want to make it 5 in a row. They absolutely want to show that they are the class when it comes to SCAC softball, as they've been for so many years.
49 regular season games in a row in conference play.
Unbelievable. I know a few years ago, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, they did actually lose a game in the tournament and then came back through and still won it all.
2-0 now the count to Ashley. Coach Wade Wilson has a it's a program. It is a program in every sense of the word.
He's done such a wonderful job. He is obviously recruited unbelievably well, but then just, you know, the discipline they play with, how they present themselves, how they play the game, it's beautiful to watch. It's great when you see a softball team. As I mentioned, you know, I said it yesterday during their game, that's going to miss for ball 4. They've had some years they've had really good teams. I don't think they've had a team that's this good all around.
The 2 walks by Edwards to start off the inning, and that may be it for Edwards. We're going to see if there's going to be a change in the circle for the Tigers. Coach Dolson out, and there will indeed be a change. We'll have the new Trinity pitcher after this.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com.
Pitcher for the Tigers, it'll be number 11, Allie Holbrook, the 5'6" freshman right-hander out of San Juan Capistrano, California. Saw Holbrook yesterday.
We did. She comes in a 3.33 ERA, 9-10 on the season, 24th appearance, 126 innings pitched, 60 strikeouts to 30 walks. She starts with the ball. Had I'd say a above-average showing against Centenary. The ladies were able to get a few runs off her, but for the most part, she did pretty well for the complete game.
Comes on with runners at first and second. No outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Up to face the designated player, Courtney Bigley.
And Bigley today singled her first at-bat. And now Schreiner again. We've talked about the opportunities they've had. They've got to start cashing in on them here.
1-1 to Bigley. Chased it. Strike 2.
Beautiful breaking ball there. Bigley just couldn't do much with that. Good movement on that pitch from Holbrook.
Low, and the count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And, I mean, we've talked about, we really haven't seen too much of it this weekend, how much walks can hurt you. And in this case, it's given Schreiner runners at first and second.
2-2 popped up and out of play. Yeah, giving free passes, be they by the walks or the less seen batters hit by pitches, can come back to hurt you. Now 3-2 to Bigley. The count goes full.
This could be a big moment for Schreiner right here. We know how good of a pitcher Holbrook can be in relief. Schreiner needs to take advantage here of this opportunity.
Over to short. Breath elects to go to third and able to do so in time. 6-5 for the first out.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what Breath was thinking, if she was going to go, she was going to try to third, if she was going to try to turn a double play at second. She decides to get the leadoff runner at third. I think a good move there. Keeps runners at first and second, and now 1 away in the inning. Solid job by the Tiger shortstop.
Number 8 hitter in the lineup, left fielder Bailey Adiano at the plate.
Adiano 0 for 1 today. Flew out to left her first at bat. She'll bunt there and missed.
sophomore from Corpus Christi.
Hernandez, who's on deck, is the 9-hole hitter, but she is a pretty good 9-hole hitter. Not really your typical. Sometimes they put the worst hitter in the 9-hole. That's not the case with Hernandez on deck. Actually, I believe has a hit today.
She does indeed, 1 for 1 with a single. And Arellano, after a big swing and a miss, finds herself down in the count, 0-2. Just outside.
Just missed off the plate there. That is a wonderful 0-2 pitch there by Holbrook. I don't think there's much Arellano could have done with that other than maybe foul it off, and to just put it in a really, really good spot.
Now the count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, nice job, Arellano battling here.
Full count. Arellano was down 0-2, has worked it to a full count.
Yeah, Holbrook has missed on her last 2 spots. See if she can battle back here against Arellano, who's now worked it full.
Payoff pitch. Arellano right back off the glove of Holbrook, picked up by the second baseman Wilson, flipped to Barrett, but they're going to say it actually is safe. At second, Will Debbie Behrens, and that is going to bring Brandy Dolson out of the Tigers' dugout.
I think understandably so. I thought she had her at second. And you see the home plate umpire starting to make a walkout. Let's see if they have a conversation or if they're just going to stick with the call.
If it stands, it would load the bases.
Either way, it'll go down as a fielder's choice in this situation. It's just a matter of if there is an out or not. And now we're going to have a little conversation. Kind of in a lose-lose situation. If they save the call, one side's going to be upset. If they change the call, the other side is going to be very upset.
Never easy to be an official, regardless of the contest.
Now they're trying to call the home plate umpire over, who's not exactly paying attention.
It appears that the call will stand, and there will be 1 out, bases loaded for the Mountaineers. Trailing 1-0, a tying run now 60 feet away.
Well, this is Schreiner's chance. They've left 4 runners on here today. They now have a chance to get on the board and possibly add more.
Bottom of the order, center fielder Hernandez takes for strike 1.
Good pitch there. Good first pitch by Holbrook, catching the outside corner. And it is 0-1. Interesting to see, Hernandez did show bunt there. Doubt they keep it on with force outs on, though.
Hernandez chops it foul and is now down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes.
I mean, if you're Holbrook, you're looking for 1 of 2 things. You will take the strikeout here, obviously. Anytime you'll take a strikeout. Or you want the ground ball, and you preferably want the ground ball to one of the corners who are playing in. You can make a quick throw to home and then make the throw over to first possibly for the double play. But worst comes to worst, you can get the out at home. Middle infield in a little bit as well.
0-2, Hernandez right back to Holbrook, goes home. Holbrook actually looked over at first.
I imagine her catcher was probably screaming at her, home, home, home. Crumrine was probably letting her know, don't go to first, come here and get the force out.
Up to bat the leadoff, number 8, Ashton Vasquez.
So picks up the second out. Bases stay loaded as we head back to the top of the order for the Mountaineers. Their right fielder, Ashton Vasquez.
Kid, I think this is a turning point in this game for one side or another. This could be the turning point of this game. This is a chance for Schreiner to break it open and get on the board with possibly 1, maybe more. Really get the momentum for Trinity if they can get out of this inning with how poorly it started with nothing allowed and still a 1-0 lead. That would be huge.
Talked about runners being left on base. Mountaineers do not want to strand 3 in this situation. The count goes 2-0 to Vasquez.
Well, that definitely doesn't help with the leadoff hitter at the plate, one of the better hitters on this team. That one certainly didn't miss by much.
No place to put Vasquez. If she's able to draw a walk, it would walk in the tying run to right field. Potter can't get to it. Tying run, the go-ahead run comes in. The Mountaineers are going to bring a third in as well. And Schreiner has taken the lead. The 3 RBI triple makes it 3-1 Mountaineers.
Great piece of hitting by Vasquez. Got ahead in the count. Sat on that 2-0 pitch and drove it out to right center. 3 runs on the board for the Mountaineers, and suddenly this game has swung in the favor of Schreiner.
For the first time in the ball game, Mountaineers have taken the lead, finding their first runs. Mackey will have to come back to the plate as that one came off of her. And remember how big that call was at second.
Absolutely. Big call at second. A couple Trinity fans were also upset on that last at-bat to Vasquez. That the count had gone to 2-0. They thought a few strikes were in the zone, and it's understandable because those types of situations make a big difference. There is such a big difference between a 2-0 count and a 1-1 count, both from a pitcher's perspective as well as a hitter's perspective.
Mackey awaits the 1-1. Now 1-2.
Well, for Holbrook, try to get out of this inning. It's, it feels like such a big shift, but at the end of the day, it's still only a 2-run game right now. Gonna get out of this inning, get back to the plate, and see what they can do. Count now moves to 2-2 after Holbrook misses in the dirt. Holbrook's done a good job getting ahead, but her strikeout pitch just hasn't quite been there.
Chopped over to short, picked up by Barrett. The throw to first, who ends the inning, but not before Mountaineers are able to plate 3 runs on 1 hit. 1 runner left on base. It's 3-1 Schreiner as we head to the 5th. To the 5th we go. Mountaineers taking the lead, 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th. And it's Schreiner 3, Trinity 1. And this elimination game here in the SCAC Softball Championship.
Yeah, this game has definitely taken a shift after that last inning. So now the question becomes for the Tigers, how are you going to respond? What can you do now? Because suddenly now you're looking at not so many outs remaining, only 9 as we go to the top of the 5th.
6, 7, and 8 coming to the plate for the Tigers. Center fielder Marissa Trevino. Quick 1-0 count. Don't forget, we have 3 games to follow here.
3 more games, only game 2.
It is Elimination Day, live from Southwestern University Taylor Sanders Field, only on SHN Sports. This is popped up to left field, and Ariano claims it for the first out.
As we said, Centenary won the first one on a walk-off grand slam, 6-3. Quite an amazing contest. 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th for the ladies. We got this game going on right now, an elimination game. Our next game at 3 p.m., Texas Lutheran Southwestern. Winners game bracket. The winner moves on to SCAC Championship Sunday. You will have the winner of this game taking on Centenary in an elimination game at 5:30. And the winner of that game taking on the loser of the next game.
First pitch hit over to Ashley. Ashley, no trouble as McCarty goes down 6-3.
McCarty did not want to hear me keep talking about the schedule today. She just jumped on that first pitch and ends up grounding it to short.
2 up, 2 down. Trinity went in order in the first, again in the third. In danger of doing so here in the 5th.
Well, they got one of their better hitters up now in Barrett, who's 0 for 1 today with a fly out to center. As I said, she was moved down in the lineup here today.
Senior from Pearland. Big cut for strike 1.
Yeah, nice big cut there on 1-0. I think Ortiz took a little bit off of it, though, had her a little bit ahead. And count now even.
Breath is able to get it through right back up the middle with the 2-out single.
Sent that right back where it came from. Good piece of hitting there by Barrett. And you got a runner on with 2 down. And Goldway at the plate. I mean, as we saw in the last game, the things you can do with 2 outs.
Now batting with 2 outs, number 3, Riley Goldway.
Bottom of the order. Third baseman, Goldway, comes to bat. She's already 1 for 1.
First pitch hits the outside corner for a strike at 0-1.
Pops it up. Actually over from short, makes the catch. Still 3-1. Mountaineers leading, looking to add to it in the bottom of the 5th. Part of the order, 3, 4, and 5 coming up for Schreiner. They're able to take the lead. 3 runs on 1 hit. In the 4th, they led things off with a pair of walks, and that really came back to haunt the Tigers. Third baseman Gabby Acuna at the plate.
Now batting for Schreiner, number 24, Gabby Acuna.
Acuna going to get it started here. She takes a strike. Acuna 0 for 1 on the day. Fielder's choice of first at bat, and a sac bunt her second at bat.
Looking for her first hit. 1-1 to Acuna. Cordone Brown to follow.
Okay, what we saw last night is that misses for a ball here at Taylor Sanders Field on the campus of Southwestern University. We saw the lights for the very first time. Schreiner got to play under him against Southwestern. They're going to work a little overtime tonight with a pair of games later on.
To left center, Acuna comes up with the leadoff single.
A good piece of hitting there by Acuna. Again, getting ahead in the count, getting a pitch she likes and just driving it. I mean, that's all it takes sometimes when you can get ahead in the count. You know, when you got that 2-1, 2-0, 3-1 pitch, you're sitting on your pitch. And if your pitch is there, you drive that pitch. That's just what Acuna did there.
First baseman, Samantha Cordone. A pair of flyouts in as many at-bats. How appropriate was it last night, the first ever night game played here, that not only the host Pirates got to play in it, but they actually came up victorious.
And how ironic also that they not only got to play in their home field, but they were the visitors, actually.
Right you are.
At least on the scoreboard.
Over to second. Wilson wheels, throws to first, double play, got her. What a job done by Haley Wilson. 4-6-3 double play.
That's just great job by Wilson getting over quickly. Makes such a strong throw over to short. And then Barrett able to finish it off. 4-6-3 double play, and there's 2 outs just like that.
Brings the catcher, Rachel Brown, to the plate.
Hey, I'm impressed with Brown behind the plate. Has a really strong arm. Really a nice catcher here for Schreiner. 0 for 1 today, including a walk. But she's done a pretty good job for the Mountaineers this season.
One and one the count. Fouls it off, 1-2.
For Holbrook, you know, now you can get out of this inning basically a 1-2-3, get it over with, and get your offense back at the plate. It's exactly what Trinity needs in this situation. You know, you want to make the comeback, you got to be able to stop the Schreiner bats first.
1-2 over to third, Goldwaite there. 5-3 ends the inning. Top of the sixth, Tigers down to their final 6 outs. Schreiner is the home team, and they are leading 3-1 in this elimination game.
Yep. This is the chance here for Trinity. Top of the lineup here in the top of the 6th. Can they get it going here? Again, only a 2-run game.
Right fielder Potter. First team all-conference selection at the plate. If you're just joining us, Trinity, well, they got off to the hot start. They took a 1-0 lead after the second. That was the case all the way until the bottom of the 4th, when Schreiner was able to plate 3 to take this 3-1 lead.
And 3 off 1 swing, Ashton Vasquez.
To right field, this drops in front of the aforementioned Vasquez, and a leadoff single for Potter.
Well, now you got the tying run at the plate. It's a great start there from Potter. It's what you want to see from your leadoff hitter. Just goes with it into right field, drops right in front of Vasquez, and your leadoff hitter is on. And now you got 2, 3, and 4 coming up. A lot of different things you can do. I'm always interested kind of what the mindset is here in the top of the 6th. Do you try bunting over and getting that one run now? Do you let her swing away and take that kind of chance? Do you try something like a hit and run? There's a lot of different things you can do. Personally, I'm a huge fan of the hit and run. When it's executed right, it is executed so well. And they do show bunt, but Wilson just pushes it to the right side, way foul.
1-1 the count to Wilson. Tried to lay down the bunt, but goes foul, and the count moves to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And again, this just depends. I'm not sure if Coach Dolson is calling a bunt or not. My guess would be she is. And if she is, it's a perfect example of Wilson trying too hard to bunt for a hit in this situation instead of simply squaring around and getting the bunt down.
1-2, fouled out of play.
I mean, there is a difference between a sacrifice bunt, having to actually get a sacrifice and get it down, and somebody who's wanting to actually bunt for a hit.
That's a great point, and a very important one as well. In this situation, Wilson simply trying to move Potter into scoring position.
She's doing a great job, though, staying alive. That's about 3 pitches she's fouled off now. Good pitches there from Ortiz, really a little bit out of the zone, trying to get that strikeout pitch, and Ortiz keeps spoiling them.
Coach Meyer out for a quick word with our home plate umpire, Darrell Woody.
I'm not sure what this conversation would be about, but we seem to be good. Counts at 1-2. And I think we're ready to go.
Quick conversation. 2-2 to Wilson.
Wilson almost looked like she wanted to chase that for a second, was able to hold back, forced the count to 2-2. This is a nice at-bat, Wilson, after not being able to get the bunt down. That's the least you can obviously do is get a good at-bat going and see if you can get on any other way.
Able to foul this off. Very good at-bat from Wilson. Continues the battle.
Absolutely. That was the 7th pitch of this at-bat. We're looking at number 8 here in just a moment. Wilson, we can't talk her up enough about what she's done defensively. Just has been outstanding. She also has a single today.
And reaches almost into the other batter's box to get a piece of that.
May have been fooled a little bit on that one. Ortiz took quite a bit off of it, but Wilson still spoils that pitch. This dugout is going to explode if she gets a base hit.
2-2 outside, the throw to first. We're going to have a rundown, and Mackey able to apply the tag. And just a base running error there from Potter.
I mean, nothing more than she simply just fell asleep. I mean, just was not paying attention, did not expect a throwback at all. Just was asleep at the wheel, and that's a great job by Brown. Maybe noticing that she was a little lackadaisical over at first, so I'm going to fire one over there.
Payoff pitch in for strike 3. Wilson goes down looking. And all of a sudden, there are 2 outs and no one aboard for the Tigers here in the top of the 6th.
My, how this inning changed. You were looking at a runner at first with no outs, and Wilson in about a 10-pitch battle, really going, having a great at-bat, and suddenly pick off a first, strikeout looking, and just like that in the blink of an eye, there's 2 outs.
What a change. Designated player Carly Jones at the plate.
I mean, I can't speak for Trinity, but I know that it's got to be deflating. It has to be deflating, at least from a momentum standpoint.
One and one to Jones. Excuse me, 0-2 rather. My apologies.
That's getting ahead of the count again. Ortiz, what looked like was going to be what has really been a tough inning for her. She can still make it a quick one and put the Tigers down in order.
Jones able to stay alive. Count remains 0-2.
Obviously for Trinity, starting to run out of outs.
Jones right back to Ortiz, who's able to glove it and make the throw over to Cordone to end the inning. And the Tigers now down to their final 3 outs. Schreiner looking to add to this 3-run lead as they come up to bat in the bottom of the 6th.
Please visit the concession tent located on the first base side of the field. Should be an outstanding event, and we've got more tunes coming up right here on the official station of Southwestern University Athletics. You're listening to Game Time.
Bottom of the 6th, Schreiner leading Trinity 3-1, an elimination game. The loser, their season culminates today in Georgetown. The winner, well, they will live to play another game here in the SCAC Softball Championship Tournament. 6, 7, and 8 coming up to bat for the Mountaineers. See if they can add to their 2-run lead.
And that another day would be later today at 5:30 against Centenary, which will be another elimination game. The pressure stays on.
Ashley, Bigley, Arellano, shortstop, Kaylee Ashley at the plate, awaiting the 0-1 from Holbrook. Nice pitch, finds the low outside corner, 0-2 the count.
Nice couple of pitches there from Holbrook to get ahead.
Now 1-2.
Holbrook came in relief for Edwards back in that 4th inning.
As Ashley goes down swinging for the first out.
Yeah, good pitch there. Just completely fooled Ashley there. Had no chance. And that'll bring Bigley to the plate.
Courtney Bigley, designated player, now up to bat.
Bigley 1 for 2 on the day, including a single, and there is a nice first pitch strike there from Holbrook. Well, Schreiner obviously batting with the lead here. And I think the question, Kit, are we going to see some more 7th inning magic?
We certainly saw some earlier. It wasn't even 7th inning magic. It was 7th inning, 2 outs, 2 strike magic when Wendy Gillette hit the game-winning walk-off grand slam for the ladies of Centenary.
You know, we mentioned that, but we also got to mention Centenary scored 6 runs in that inning, all with 2 outs.
1-2. Outside, Bigley able to restrain herself. And what a game that was. Back and forth. Centenary waiting until the very last moment.
Bigley has now worked a full count here on Holbrook. Seems to be the problem with what we've seen from the Trinity pitchers today, just a little bit of inconsistencies. They're doing a good job getting ahead, but just can't seem to finish batters off. And some of that credit has to go to the Schreiner hitters and their approach to plate, their patience at the plate. Trinity gotta find that final pitch to either get the strikeout, get the out, whatever it may be.
And give him a lot of credit. Payoff pitch, up and away, and patience rewarded as Bigley able to draw the walk.
Yeah, again, good patience by Bigley. Was down in the count there, fouled a few pitches off, worked it well, and gets the walk. And she's going to see a pinch runner. Looks like it's going to be number 2. It will be.
Oh, Brisa Perez, the freshman from Corpus Christi, comes on as the pinch runner.
And Ariano going to get another chance here at the plate.
Bailey Ariano, who's 1 of 2, singled her last time up.
Now pitch running for Schreiner, number 2, Brisa Perez.
She's pinch running. Yeah. I thought you said pinch hitting. I believe you.
This is popped up. Reed comes down from first, and the throw behind Barrett as Wilson had come over to cover, but luckily Trevino was there.
Yeah, Trevino, good job backing up. Ariano, on the other hand, gets the bunt down. Amy Meyer thinking in this situation, get Hernandez to the plate, give her a chance. Get a runner in scoring position. We could use an insurance run here.
Hernandez also 1 of 2, or excuse me, 1 of 1. Singled her first time up.
This is a big moment for the Tigers here. They want to make a comeback here in the 7th. They probably want to keep this a 3-1 game.
To left field, and it's gone. Hernandez with the 2-run home run, and the Mountaineers have extended their lead, now 5-1.
I told you she wasn't your typical 9-hole hitter. Steps to the plate, sends it down the left field line and over the wall, and Schreiner has opened up a 5-1 lead.
Hernandez with 2 big insurance runs for Schreiner. Remember, Trinity, as the away team, they will bat in the top of the 7th, but now a 4-run deficit to make up as we head back to the top of the order for the Mountaineers, the right fielder, Ashton Vasquez.
Vasquez is the other one that's made such a big impact on this game. The 3 RBI triple back in the 4th.
Pops it up. But Barrett unable to make the diving catch at short. That would have been a spectacular play.
Yeah, obviously will definitely go down as a single. Vasquez just put it in a good spot. Tough play for anybody in the infield, and this inning continues for Schreiner.
Now the second baseman, Alyssa Mackey, up to bat. Vasquez safe at first with 2 outs. Mackey over to Reed, able to knock it down at first and just touches the bag to end the inning, but not before Schreiner puts 2 more across. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 runner left on base. 5-1 Mountaineers. Tigers with their final chance here in the top of the 7th.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com.
Heart of the order, 4, 5, and 6 up for the Tigers. They have 3 outs to work with and trail 5-1 in this elimination game. Mountaineers able to bring 2 more across in the bottom of the 6th. Stephanie Crumrine leads things off for Trinity.
And how big was that 2-run home run from Alyssa Hernandez? Now 2 for 3 on the day. Just a big game from her, as well as Ashton Vasquez, now 3 for 3 on the day with 3 RBIs. Some Schreiner hitters really coming through big this afternoon.
Crumrine, Reed, Trevino up for Trinity. Crumrine awaiting the 1-1 from Ortiz. Pops it up. And the first baseman, Cordone, there. And the Tigers now down to their final 2 outs.
Yeah, Tigers, I mean, it's such a difference it makes between a 2-run game and a 4-run game. Obviously not impossible to come back from. We just saw in the last game with 3 runs down.
14,
but Trinity going to have to come up with some hits here in the final going.
First baseman, Emily Reed, 0 of 2 today. And nice pitch from Ortiz, tailing a low and away for strike 1.
Reed, according to the roster sheet, stands at 6 foot. She looks every bit of it, let me tell you.
Same place, same result, and Reed finds herself down in an 0-2 hole.
Ortiz clearly not intimidated, goes right at her and gets ahead 0-2 in the count.
Reed off the end of the bat. Mackey there and able to get it to Cordone, 4-3. The Tigers 1 out to work with.
That's a great 0-2 pitch by Ortiz, just in a spot where you can't really do anything with that. You're either going to swing or miss, or you're going to do just what she did, just very softly ground out, and final out coming, or excuse me, 1 out away for Schreiner.
It'll be a pinch hitter, number 10, Emily Vaslavic. Vaslavic, the freshman from Richmond, Texas.
And she's going to see if she can keep the Tigers' hopes alive. And we keep alluding to it, but it was such an amazing thing. Keep in mind, Centenary had 2 outs against Dallas, and they put 6 on the board.
It's been done. It's been done here.
It's been
today.
done. It's been done recently. But it all has to start right here, right now.
Slavic, big cut for strike 1.
You gotta really tip the cap to Ortiz. She's really improved as this game has gotten going. Her location has been better. She's really been in the zone, and she has been very strong in the last few innings as she gets ahead 0-2.
Slavic takes a deep breath. Now back in, awaiting the 0-2 from Ortiz. Fouls it back, stays alive.
A couple people in the crowd barking right now on the 0-2 pitch.
just off the mark. 1-2 to Vaslavic.
If Ortiz is able to hang on, she will move to 13-5 on the season.
Vaslavic, slow roller over to short. Actually, the throw in time ends it. And the Mountaineers victorious, taking down the Tigers of Trinity 5-1. Schreiner advances. Trinity eliminated. Second team eliminated today. Both the Crusaders of Dallas and the Tigers of Trinity seasons wrapping up today in Georgetown. The Trinity took a 1-0 lead in the second. 3 runs from the Mountaineers in the fourth gave them a lead, and then 2 more insurance runs in the sixth put them on top. And the final 5-1 Schreiner. Don't forget, 3 more games coming up today, live from Taylor Sanders Field here at Southwestern University, the 2018 SCAC Softball Championships. And stick with us as we will head down to the Diamond. James Hill to be joined by the winning coach, Amy Meyer. Talk about this big victory for the Mountaineers of Schreiner. Joined by Ashton Vasquez, and now down to the field we go.
Yes. Schreiner University just defeated Trinity University 5-1 in an elimination game. They go on to face Centenary later today at 5:30. Head coach Amy Meyer and Ashton Vasquez after the game. And coach, in for your squad today. You guys were down early on, but you guys made some adjustments at the plate. Got a big 3 RBI triple from the lady right beside me, and a big home run later in the game. Just talk about the adjustments you guys were able to make.
You know, I think it helped. Not trying to make excuses. We came into the tournament 3 weeks without a game, you know, and that's a big thing to overcome. And it showed, you know, day one. But they come out here and you challenge them to come back from that. That's hard. And they did. They answered. They figured out what to do in the box. We don't tell them, you know what I mean? We're not babysitting them. They figure out what adjustments they need to make personally in order to be successful, and they did. That's exactly what they did.
Tell me a little bit about Ortiz's performance. A little bit of a, I don't know if I want to say a slow start, but she gave him a run early on, then really seemed to settle in and dominate the last few innings. Talk about her performance.
I mean, it's basically what it's been all year and what she got, you know, and all first team, all conference pitcher, you know. That's just the type of pitcher she has and what she's brought to the table for us.
Ashton, I'm going to turn to you. So you come to the plate, you guys are down 1-0. 2 outs, bases loaded, and you come through with a huge 3 RBI triple. Talk about your approach at the plate.
I was just trying to stay calm, and whenever I get into slumps, and I haven't been hitting well this tournament, I know that I don't swing hard, so I was just like, Ashton, just stay calm and swing hard. Just swing the bat, and that was it.
Tell me a little bit about Alyssa Hernandez. She comes to the plate in the bottom of the 6th, gives you guys a little insurance as she hits one over the left field wall down the line. You guys seem to just go crazy after that. Talk about that.
I was ecstatic, man, because Alyssa's one of my best friends, and so whenever she did that, I was just so happy for her. That's it.
The Schreiner Mountaineers defeat Trinity 5-1. They will take on Centenary later today at 5:30. Thank you so much. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com.